Здравейте и добре дошли на поредното епизодче от Люси Dreaming. Продължаваме директно от там, където спрахме в предния епизод. Сега търсим интервю касет. Така че тук ги няма. Тук ги няма. Да. Не.
Come back if you...
Ами първо ще отидем в кръчмата, защото може би той ще знае... Аха, виша. Здрасти.
Hello.
Това Твакс дали е смесица между Твикс и Тват?
Enjoying your twacks?
It's okay. I'm sure they used to be bigger.
Да, нали в Англия стана така, че някакви шоколади им станаха по-малки, тоблероните станаха с по-малко шоколад. Някакви такива глупости.
What can you tell me about Horatio's interview?
Well, that was a long time ago, love. It was recorded on the night of the murder.
When was that exactly?
Look, I don't mean any offence, but could you just drop it? Leave the detecting to the detectorists. There's no need to lose any sleep over it.
That's precisely my problem. I just know there's more to it than the case file suggests.
Минив, като мене направи, бе, аз моята е бръсна.
What was the exact date of the murder?
This case is closed.
What if I could prove that the original evidence isn't strong enough to support the case? Then you'd tell me?
There's something about this case. Brings out the obsessive nature in people.
Something tells me there's more to it. I can't explain why.
Whatever. In the unlikely event you can cast serious doubt on both pieces of evidence in the case file, I'll throw all caution to the wind and tell you. Like it'll make any difference.
So you won't tell me the date of the murder?
Nope, that case is closed, unless you can prove otherwise.
What evidence would you need me to debunk?
Both of them. The DNA and the murder weapon.
What was it you said about the police chief?
I didn't, but seeing as you asked. You couldn't talk about the fig case around him, he'd flip his lid. Oh, and he was obsessed with a weekly local radio show which played chart music. He used to record the episodes onto a cassette each week. Right after the fig murder, he was too busy to buy any cassettes and ran out. He went scouring the whole town for one. His home, the shops, even police station. I think he found one in the end, but we all gave him a pretty wide berth after that, including his wife. She left him and gave all his stuff away to charity.
Charity.
Bye.
See ya.
Дайте първо тук да отидем да... него го няма.
Bye.
Bye then.
Hello.
I wouldn't bother. He's hardly...
Fascinating.
Not really.
No.
Хайде де.
What can you tell me about the box by the window?
It's full of home recordings of the chart show on cassette. A lady bought them in. They belonged to her ex-husband. They're not bad. I've been listening to them in my spare time.
Anything interesting on them?
Not yet, but there are tons of them to get through.
What are you doing?
I'm entering a competition in this kid's magazine. The grand prize is a lifetime supply of fish and chips.
What does a lifetime supply of fish and chips even look like?
I don't know. I don't even like fish, but I can't resist a competition.
What do you have to do?
It's for kids, really. You need to name your favourite chip toppings.
How many have you got so far?
2. Salt and vinegar.
Does that count as 2?
I'm not sure, but I need at least 6 more and my mind's gone blank. In my day, I used to enjoy a nice bit of tripe on my chips. I don't know what kids today are into. You're the youngest person I've seen in here by about 40 years. Can you remember any?
The only time I ever had fish and chips was on holiday. I'll have a think and see if I can remember any.
Okay.
Anything new?
No, none of it's... A lady bought in a...
Want some help?
Sure, can you remember it?
How many more?
At least 6 more.
6 more. Добре,
I'll
окей.
get back to you. Bye.
See ya.
From the holiday. Значи трябва да вземем нещо за холидея. Ама какво? Добре, хайде.
Hello.
Hello.
Bye.
See ya.
Where's your boss now?
He's in the storeroom, scrubbing the walls.
In charge at last, I see.
I knew my time would come. Just don't go giving stuff away, that's what he said. Pfft, do I look like a complete idiot?
Bye.
Няма тук нищо стел. А не, всъщност чакай малко.
I'll leave him to his...
Why, thank you. By the way...
Какво?
Is that the time?
Какво?
I'll leave him...
Why...
Спуснах. Okay. Да не би да трябва това да...
Here are the 2 pieces of evidence that pointed...
Айде да ходим, ние нали искахме да ходим без това тук, за да видя камината.
It's full of plastic logs. I guess it stands for fig. Or maybe... Here are the 2 pieces of evidence. I don't need any more. What happened to the other vase?
It was stolen while Marjorie was on duty.
Oh yeah, the curly-whirly eater.
Quite. It's probably found its way into the house of a wealthy collector by now.
What happened to the other...
It was stolen while Marjorie...
Oh yeah, the curly-whirly eater.
Quite. It's probably found its way into the house...
Did her...
Well, it's possible. Apart from Fergus, they were a pretty secretive bunch. There could have been an whole herd of them living here for all we know. There was a family tree hanging on that back wall when the Heritage Trust first took over. Oh, but that was stolen at the same time as one of the antique vases. No prizes for guessing who was on duty that day.
Marjorie?
Marjorie. They never even took a copy of it, so unless someone finds it, we'll never know.
Where's the family tree now?
Your guess is as good as mine. It was stolen around the same time as that priceless vase went.
Bye.
Oh, it's good to see your continuing interest in local history.
Posh people love stuff like this. I don't need any bits of any elephant. I don't need any bits. I suppose I might as well take a look. According to the plaque, this photo's almost 40 years old. Hang on a minute. There's the sword in the chimney, complete with the same dried blood spatter. If this photo is really 40 years old, what's it doing there 30 years before he even hid it? Unless it was actually hidden there decades before, and isn't the murder weapon at all. At least, not for this murder anyway. I wonder why someone hid a sword up there in the first place. I should go and tell the police officer about this.
Okay.
We've got one just like them at home. We've got one just like them at home. It looks like there used to be a family tree hanging on the wall 40 years ago. It's too small to make out on the photograph though. I wonder if anyone knows what happened to the original.
Добре. Това е меч тук. Pick up.
I wonder if anyone would...
Yup. Plus, I have an alarm switch right under the counter. And Howard the receptionist does a mean pile driver. You can pick up a promotional pack for members at reception. I think there are some postcards in there.
Thanks.
Чакай. Той така ли? Так.
Do you have a set of posts?
Oh, yes. And not only that, I'll even throw in a free branded tote bag containing promotional literature from our specially selected third-party partners.
Joy.
I know, right?
Joy
Here you
indeed.
go.
Thanks.
Here, let me take that visitor pass, too. I recognize you anyway.
Добре, ето имаме...
It's got some postcards and promotional junk in it. I'll take them out.
Какво?
One of them shows the sword stuck up the fireplace, and the other shows the Fig brothers duelling 40 years ago. The joy of crabs. Crabbing is an inspired pastime enjoyed for generations. Make the most of your trip to the seaside by luring crabs into a bucket with rashers of juicy, full-flavoured prime-back bacon. Create succulent memories with your family this summer. Created by the Guild of Bacon Marketeers.
Окей. Значи това може да... Окей. Да ползваме като... Беде, чакай малко сега.
Hello.
Hello.
I found some evidence.
Which piece?
The sword was hidden in Fig Hall fireplace 30 years before the murder.
Well, that sounds highly unlikely. Show me some proof.
Like what?
Photographic evidence is always nice.
Bye.
See ya.
Here you go. This photo was taken 40 years ago. You can clearly see the blood-stained sword in the fireplace. And the other photo shows the two brothers duelling when they were younger. That's likely when the sword got covered in Fergus's blood.
Okay,
нали...
I'll buy that. Fair dues.
Цапнал
You're not
в
at all bad at this.
чатала.
Found anything about the DNA yet?
Not yet, I'm working on it.
Откъде ще намерим... Добре, тези чип.
Bye.
Bye then.
Ама чакай, чакай. Тя каза, аз съм яла само такова нещо, като съм била на холидей с нашите. Значи ние няма как в града да ги, според мен, открием. И сега според мен трябва така да направим. Това тук е така. Use.
Okay, let's see what this one does for me.
Use.
It's designed for oral use. It's not really inspiration.
Use.
I don't need to stuff that in a bag.
Use.
Here
Okay.
It's designed for... I don't need to dig.
Айде. Айде.
I'll just stick my pyjamas on.
Аре да видим какво ще стане сега. Какъв сън ще сънуваме. О!
Ah, this is more like it. I love the seaside.
That makes one of us.
Looks like the tide's out.
Вижте го Гошо мръсника, бе. Сега дали ако си вземеш нещо и Гошо веднага ти го открадва. Ако не са го направили така, директно хейт мейл. Така, look at.
Looks like the gull's guarding a load of old chip wrappers and sauce pots. He's got a prime location. I think I'd regret... Looks like the gull... Not while the gull... It's waiting for chips.
Okay.
It smells amazing. Is it a table? Is it a stool? Is it a tray with an exceptionally long leg? Either way, it's doing a fine job of keeping those condiments off the filthy pier. What's the red sauce?
Ugh, heck all that red sauce.
Genius. Salty. I don't need to season any. I don't need any.
We don't have a...
That's lucky then. I don't need it. Looks like he's been decorating the pier. That's a thankless. This place is a dump. Not sure what that says about me. I'll deal with all this when I'm older. You've had some ups and downs. Feeling the nostalgia?
Is that like nausea?
No, it's that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when reminiscing about the past.
Then no, I'm not feeling that.
Bye.
Добре, чакайте сега да видим докъде. Литър.
This place is a dump. I don't think he'd come to the...
Вижте тук какво
That was
става.
close. I wonder why he's so protective.
Това е.
The top will just be an island at high tide. I can just about make out a sandcastle on the top. Looks like there's a rope up to the top, but I can't get to it with this chap in the way. He's blocking this end of the beach, and he appears to be wearing an old chip cone for a shell. Anyone home? Why won't you come out? Oh, I see. Those gulls giving you a hard time, eh? I suppose your tasty-looking get-up isn't helping. Why don't you just find yourself a less delicious-looking home? Oh, you can't change your shell while they're hanging around. I'd like to take a close look at that rope behind you. If I can get the girls away from you, will you let me get past? I guess that's as close as a crab can get to a thumbs up. How am I going to get these girls away from him?
Гошо мръсника.
Wow, that must have been hugely disappointing to whoever dropped it. There's a beautiful shell behind it. It's a beautiful giant shell. The perfect home for a delicious squishy organism. It leads up to the top of the island. I'd need a good reason to go up there before we start scaling any rocks. It's for me at least. I can't reach it with this crab blocking the way though.
Добре.
The top will just be an island at high tide. I can just about make out a sandcastle on the top. Looks like there's a rope up to the... But I can't get...
Някой е направил sandcastle. Litter.
You can find loads of stuff under seaweed at low tide.
Добре, я.
Nothing under there. Just more beach. This place is...
Варненския плаш е това.
There's not a lot going on under all... Great, more brightly coloured litter. I don't think this will help me much with my nightmare, but it looks like it's in good working order. Okay. I don't think it'll stop, but it appears to be working. In a way, I'm slightly disappointed that I didn't have to fashion my own. Okay, let's go catch something that likes bread.
Гошо?
It's not a gulling rod. I have it on good authority. It's not a... It's all green. I don't need it. It's not a...
Добре, нека да говорим с този пич.
How are you doing?
Oh, not good. Me nozzle's clogged.
Що така?
No one wants that. What nozzle are we talking about exactly?
It's the end of me oil thermometer. Without a clear nozzle, I can't get the oil to the right temperature. And there's no way I'm serving under-ripe chips.
Quite right too. How's your nozzle?
Still clogged, I'm afraid. You ain't got something I could poke it with, have you? I tried with my claw, but it's too wide to fit in the end.
Let me have a look around and see what I can find.
Try the sergeant's place. He collects all kinds of random crap.
What's the rock formation in the bay?
It's an island at high tide. That's where the sergeant is living now. That's if he's still brooding over his capture.
His capture?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll tell you all about it if given half the chance. And if you're really lucky, he'll show you his ancient artifact.
That sounds fascinating.
It really isn't.
What is it?
Between you and me, it's just a piece of plastic crap that washed up on the beach. But I think it reminds him of himself.
Who's the sergeant?
He's not really a sergeant.
Well, obviously.
He gave himself that title and likes to lord it about the place. That was until he almost got himself eaten. That brought him down a peg or two. Now he's in hiding and spends his time combing the beach. He collects all sorts of rubbish that the tide leaves behind.
When's high tide?
Oh, that's easy. It's when we have lots of water.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds obvious.
Quite obvious.
What kinds of sauces and condiments do you offer?
Oh, anything you can remember.
I suppose that stands to reason.
For instance, red sauce. The list is literally endless. Wait, no, that was the end.
Could you lend me some chips?
Lend you some chips?
I need to get some gulls away from the hermit crab down on the beach.
Oh, you mean Kermit?
Kermit? The hermit?
Hermit?
I guess it's some kind of rhyming nominative determinism. Over this trouble with the gulls, he brings it on himself, you know. Last time, he made it home in a donut. Stupid bugger only lasted about 3 seconds before he was stripped naked again. Normally I'd be happy to help, but me nozzle's been clogged all day.
That sounds unpleasant.
It's a disaster. Usually a pipe cleaner sorts it out, but this is a particularly substantial blockage. Unless I can find something to clear it with, I can't fry any more chips.
Bye.
Have a good day.
I'd rather wait until the gull's gone. It's not a gulling rod. She probably has enough fish.
Може би трябва да вземем папката. Може би тя да ги изгоня. Пачето.
Looks like the tide's out.
Yes. Лапата рока къде е?
Ouch!
Чакай, аз мислех, че... Той ще идва с мене.
Nice idea, but I can't ride him while he's standing up. All right, Duck. He'd probably prefer it if the tide was in. All right, Duck. I could probably ride him if there was more water.
More water.
I don't need any.
Pick up.
I don't need any. I don't need to season anything. Is it a table? Is it a stool? Is it a tray with an exceptionally long leg? Either way, it's doing a fine job of keeping those condiments off the filthy pier. It's a puddle of congealed brown. Who knows what it is? Actually, thinking about it, the owner of the chip van probably knows.
Какво е това?
What's that brown puddle over there?
Gravy for going on chips.
Of course it is.
When's high tide?
When's high tide?
Oh, that's easy. It's when we have lots of water.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds obvious. Bye.
Have a good...
Imaginatively named red sauce. Salty. It smells amazing.
Добре, разбрахме, че ако следим, ако логиката е
I don't fancy drinking it.
Да, няма проблем. Ама аз ще трябва да оставим до леглото.
Looks like the tide's in.
Окей, добре. Аз пък ще трябва да оставим до леглото. Хайде. Хайде, парти.
Okay, I'm sure this is safe.
Хайде, гледай. Супер яко.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have reached your destination.
Да си.
I can see the pier.
Браво.
Free return trips. Visitors leaving the seaside from this island will arrive here when returning. That's good to know. I'm guessing there must be a massive bucket and spade around here somewhere.
Да.
I'm guessing there must be a massive...
Аха. Изкарате чип рапинг. О, майко мила, гледайте.
It's a load of spice powder. I don't think it'll be powering any intergalactic spacecraft anytime soon.
Yum 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 yum.
Заради това е
I
Джон
don't need any
референс.
seasoning. What's this?
Ah, an ancient and revered artifact. The mighty claw of Ina. It represents humankind's desire to harness the fortitude and vigor of the mighty crab. To be fair, they didn't do a bad job, but the springs are beginning to go a bit.
There are chip wrappings everywhere.
I can't help myself.
They're all empty. This place is full of plastic. I don't need any It's the same shape as a regular ballpoint pen, just made of gold. It says Blankety Blanc 1984 on the side.
Най-вероятно не
Do you
разбирам
want this
референса.
pen?
I wouldn't have picked it up if I didn't want it. However, as it appears to be only compatible with pathetic human appendages, you may take it.
Аха. Pathetic human appendages. Яко.
A six-sided. Shame there aren't any cassettes around here.
Аха. Ние за това ли ще го
A
ползваме? бе?
dismembered mannequin arm.
Another attempt to mimic the slender jointed limbs of us crustaceans. I used to use it as a carapace scratcher, but the fingers kept coming off. There are only 2 left, so it's useless to me now.
Ага. Вземай.
Mind if I take this?
Not at all. It's pretty useless to me. The fingers keep coming off.
Oh yeah, so they do. I suppose it's easier to carry around than a whole arm anyway. A long, thin mannequin finger. The netting. I don't need any plastic litter. It's a marker pen.
I use it to touch up my moustache.
Ага.
I don't need any plastic litter. Hours of fun for chimpanzees and toddlers the world over. Hats for limpets. Hats for limpets. That is one enormous crustacean.
Oh, woe is me.
Is it?
It certainly is, young limpet. For I have upon my claw a ring of pure shame.
It looks like a pure rubber band to me.
What is a mere rubber band to you is a badge of humiliation for a glorious creature like myself. A crustacean's claws are a symbol of his potency, his strength, his virility, his, nippability. I have been emasculated, crippled in my prime. It's why I have hidden myself away in my dazzling palace. The drapes are pure bladderwrack, by the way. But, where are my manners? Let me introduce myself. I am Sergeant Crabulous. Before my claw was bested, I commanded the respect of all the other crabs in the area, and some of the prawns. But I will rise again. If I can get this blasted rubber band off.
Hello?
Hello, little scallop. What?
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 How did you get that rubber band on your claw in the first place?
Interesting story, actually. I was out one day patrolling the perimeter for the usual do-badders, keeping the area tickety-boo, what? But I was overcome by the delectable scent of bacon. I was drawn inexorably towards the source of the aroma. I found it almost immediately, of course, due to my heightened and fabulously perceptive senses. But the bacon deceived me. I was a victim of my own uncommonly tenacious disposition. I was incarcerated. Within a minute, I was being unceremoniously hauled from the waves and paraded on a platter of crushed ice with only a sprig of parsley to hide my shame.
That must have been some massive parsley.
A veritable forest, my little winkle, but this is where I triumphed. They shackled one of my claws with this wretched band, but before they could finish the job, I gave them the old 1-2. They were caught off guard by my remarkable strength and flung me far into the ocean. I landed here, and I haven't left since. Can't have the troops seeing me like this, what?
What will you do for me if I help you get that rubber band off?
What is it that you want?
Well, I could do with something to help stop me from drowning. Something that'll help me to reach out and grab opportunities.
I don't like the way this is going.
Something a bit like that ancient artifact on the wall.
Well, isn't that just flipping typical?
Of course, you could just wait for the rubber band to decompose. It'll only take 50 years or so.
Oh, okay, fine. Just get this band off me.
How can I get the rubber band off?
If my own mighty strength can't get it off, you're certainly going to need help. Do you have anyone who could help you?
You know what? I think I might. If I can find a way to get him onto this island. Looks like you enjoy your chips.
Oh, they are my absolute Achilles heel. Especially when covered in delectable chip spice.
Okay, and that is... what exactly?
Oh, my dear, you simply haven't lived if you've not sampled the salty fire of chip spice. A subtle blend of aromatic herbs, spices, and monosodium glutamate.
What I want to know is, how come you remember something like that if I don't?
The subconscious works in strange and convenient ways.
How can I...
If my own might... Do you have...
You know what? If I can find... What will...
What is it that you...
Well, something...
Okay.
Something...
Well, is...
Of course you... It'll own...
Oh. Just get this...
Bye!
Okay.
Goodbye, my little barnacle.
That doesn't need a finger. A long, thin mannequin. It's not much use there. That doesn't need a finger. It's not much use there. It's not much... That doesn't need a finger. There are chip wrappings everywhere.
I can't help myself.
That doesn't need a finger. It's not much... That's not attracted by dangling bread. What's this for?
Beachcombing.
Ba-dum.
Добре, чакайте малко тогава. Може би с това или с това ще може да му оправим.
Do you reckon you could clean your nozzle with this?
Let's have a gander. Nah, it's too thin. Here, you can have it back. I need something about the width of a finger, which is something I sadly lack.
I found this thing. Do you reckon it's compatible with your nozzle?
Frankly, anything's worth a try at this point. Pass it over.
То се баш
Right, so, let's see what this little chap can do. That's done it. I better get some chips in
Какви
fryer
звуци само
right
се
away.
Ама дай ми такова, да.
Could you lend me some chips?
Here, take a small bag. Stand still long enough and the gulls will find you.
Thanks. I'm not sure I fancy being mobbed by gulls.
Your choice, love. You want cheese on 'em?
Not today, thanks. No point wasting good cheese on the gulls.
There you go.
What kinds of sauces and condiments do you offer?
Oh, anything you can remember.
I suppose that stands to reason.
For instance, gravy, chip spice, red sauce, cheese. If you can find it in your brain, we'll put it on chips.
Окей.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Сега. Не.
I need your help to get the rubber band off a giant crab's claw.
Why am I not even vaguely surprised?
What do you think about that rope?
What rope?
The one leading from the seabed to the island.
You'll have to show me.
Добре.
Fancy some chips?
Ще му покажа.
I think I want to cry. That's honestly the nicest, most selfless thing you've asked me all day.
Oh.
I'd love some chips. Thank you.
Okay. You like gulls too, though, right?
I like what?
Какво?
Never mind. Let me find you those chips.
Ще му дадем чипса. Ще му дадем чипса за...
Fancy some chips?
That's so kind. Thank you. I'll eat them over here.
Aw, it's nice to see him making friends. Let's take a look. Mostly salty paper. Although, aha! There's a pot of something not entirely unlike vomit.
It's curry sauce.
It's curry sauce.
Окей. Добре, нещо друго.
There's a load of paper and a half-empty pot of curry sauce in there.
Ами... То най-вероятно... Дали това са всичките чайки, включително и тези? Виж, за тия не се сетих. Ето е.
He seems to have calmed down now. I'll leave him alone. At least I can get past now. I can't reach it with this giant ice cream cone in the way. Okay, let's see if I can move this thing. Go on, little fella. That shell's just perfect for you.
Я? Какво ще стане сега? Не.
Pillock.
Добре, това е защо. Вижте го е целият срам,
Did you enjoy your chips?
Just don't.
At least your new friends all seem to have gone now.
Горкият целият срам.
I don't think he's enjoying the seaside. Come to think of it, I don't think he's enjoying anything at all. You've got white on you.
Are you actually enjoying this?
Honestly, I don't even know anymore. Do you reckon you could climb that rope?
What, so you can leave me hanging there again?
Oh, come on, please. This is the last time I'll ask you to do anything with a rope. I promise.
You know, I'm only doing this because I have literally nothing better to do.
All right up there.
Oh yeah, apart from the crippling vertigo, I'm just dandy. By the way, I wouldn't recommend the rope. I've got weird green crap all over my hands. I'll just wait for you up here.
Okay, I'll try and find a way to meet you up there.
Как. Добре. Какво е това, бе?
They look a lot less appetizing when they're on the ground. And that's saying something.
Pick up?
Yeah. No. It's Kermit's old house. I'm happy in my dungarees. It's not much. It leads up to the top of the island. It's probably easier to get across at high tide for me.
Добре.
It's too slippery for my... It's probably easier to get across at high tide for me at least.
Здрасти, Карбо, добре дошъл. Така е, насраха го горкия, изядаха му най-вероятно
Lots
чипса.
of little bits of shell. It's no use to me.
Чакайте, тук има ли някъде... Не.
It's a put. Who knows what it... Actually, thinking about it, the owner of the...
Да, не това вече. Добре, айде да напълним чашата. Да, ама... Не е това. Съм сигурен. Okay.
I really don't want to touch it. Yeah. No. They look a lot less appetizing when they're on the ground. And that's saying something. It's too slippery. It's probably for me at least. It's too slippery for my hands. It's probably easier to get for me at least.
Добре, айде. Дайте да видим. Той дали му е... Той може да му е помогнал. Вече може да му е помогнал директно, защото ако трябва двамата да са там, не виждам как ще стане. Освен сега пак. Нали. Добре, значи те трябва да стане. Го целия насам.
Is this that giant crab you were talking about?
How did you guess?
Okay, let's get this over with.
There we go, all disbanded.
Oh my, it feels so good to be able to nip again. Please take the antique artifact from my wall as your reward.
Thanks, I will.
Окей, и сега?
I'll leave him alone now.
Добре.
I wonder if that ancient artifact of his will help me in my latest nightmare.
Ами, айде да видим. Виж, тя играта дава хинт, това аз изобщо не се сетих. Котвата ли ще се закачим за котвата?
It's for grabbing.
Ето. Браво, ето. Тя новите игри, тъй като е малко ти дадат един хинт отгоре и се сещаш, ние се чудиш се. Тук щях да обикалям като кретен 2 часа. Чакай, какво стана?
Hang on. This is a... Yep, it's a coffin. Brilliant.
Не. Какво? Тя се събуди сама.
That was definitely the worst one yet. This psychology book is utter bobbins. I'm giving it one last chance. Then I'm making it a new home in a shredder. Chapter 4. Make yourself heard. Don't become silenced by fear. Express yourself through words, art, poetry or music and let the world know you're here. Silence is your enemy. That's even more vague than the last one. Wait, all this trauma's triggering another repressed vision. Lucky old me.
Yeah. Repressed vision. Какво по дяволите? Водещи ножици, чудесно.
These are getting weirder and weirder. My mum won't even allow scissors in the house. I must be getting close to discovering the root of my nightmares. And my subconscious is trying to defend itself.
Добре. И тук ще приключим този епизод. Така че на всички в YouTube до скоро виждане и до следващото епизод. Чао, чао!